Right, so imagine the game of football was invented today, like right now, meaning football boots didn't exist. What pair of shoes would you choose to replace football boots with to give you the best performance on the pitch? Well, today I'm going to be answering that question, and it also might answer the question of just how important football boots really are. Let's get into it.
So I started off by deciding what shoes to include in this video. I had a little look online and came up with the perfect idea. I'll take all the shoes from different sports and bring them onto the pitch. They're already designed for sport, so it should give us the best chance of getting something that's actually going to perform well. So I placed an order for 6 pairs of shoes from 6 different sports, and a few days later they arrived. So I got my kit on, jumped in the car and headed down to the pitch to begin testing. So the shoes I'm going to be testing out are the golf shoes. These are made for use on grass, so that's a good start. Golf's a slower pace of game than football, but the grip on the bottom of these should allow for some decent agility. Contender number 2 is the ski boots. Bit of a wild card, but can their bulky exterior allow for some serious shot power? Or maybe they'll excel when it comes to defending. The cycling shoes, if I'm honest, I've not got high hopes for these. The lack of grip on the bottom is seriously worrying, but they do strap your feet in pretty well, so they might be good when it comes to dribbling. Shoe number 4 is the running spikes. Made for speed on the track, their light design will favour pace, agility and skills. But will they be able to keep up when it comes to shooting? The basketball shoes are next on the list. Agile on the court, but we're not on the court, so it's kind of irrelevant. But they offer good ankle support and a lot of protection. And finally, we have the boxing shoes. They cut a sock-like silhouette, very similar to the Adidas Prime Knit FS boots. Will this video prove that maybe Adidas should have released those boots after all?
So these are the shoes we're going to be testing out today. Predictions wise, Ewan, what are you thinking? For me, it's got to be, I think these are going to perform the best.
Yeah, I would say so. The lightest. All the boxing ones, to be fair.
Mate, these ones, I'm expecting big things from these, especially on the power test. I'm expecting them to perform well.
So I'll be putting all the shoes through 10 different tests and ranking them in each category. First place gets 6 points, second place gets 5, third place gets 4, and so on. And at the end of the video, I'll be crowning one pair the winner. So we started off with a weight test. This is a very important attribute in any football boot, and obviously the lighter the better.
349 grams, 1,900 grams. That's ridiculous. 376 grams, 384, I'm expecting a load from this, 167 grams, and finally 265. Feel quite comfortable on feet, pretty light as well. These are going to be interesting, that's for sure. Imagine, right, if these were actually what you wore for football, some of the crunching tackles getting put in there. I'm going to absolutely smash the sprint test.
Yeah, I think the power one will be unbelievable.
The only thing I'm worried about with these is the grip on the bottom. I've got high hopes for these. They are the sprinting spikes. Honestly, comfiest one so far. Right, boxing shoes on. Comfort wise, 8, 9 out of 10. They feel like a pair of socks. Let's get sprinting.
I went by your house, what a big mistake.
Next up, we did the straight sprint test. It's very important for the boots to perform well on this, as speed is something that everyone looks for in a football boot.
1.
I need something else to clear my head.
Golf shoes came in at 6.72 seconds.
2, 1, go.
Next up with the ski boots. Now I don't think we expected these to perform well in the sprint test, and the 10.49 seconds proved us to be very, very right.
Might want to check your pants, lad.
They're definitely not the best for running, we know that. I still reckon they're going to make up for it with a shooting aspect.
Cycling shoes run a solid 7 seconds flat. Next up with the sprinting spikes. Now coming in as favourites for this test, there'll be some serious questions to be had if they don't get the win.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to say.
Never in doubt, 5.57 seconds.
Yeah, that felt really fast.
That felt very, very fast.
1, go.
Basketball shoes, 6.58 seconds.
Ding, 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 ding.
And finally the boxing shoes came in at 6.74 seconds.
Go.
The agility test was next, and this challenge really started to separate the pack.
We've got no studs, so the grip's a little bit off. I feel like I'm running in slow motion.
There's the
Mate, they have got
representation.
no grip whatsoever.
Now, dribbling with these shoes was very interesting. The top performers were the boxing shoes and the running spikes. These two pairs gave a nice barefoot feel and allowed for cleaner, quicker touches on the ball. Ones that didn't impress me were the ski boots and the basketball shoes. They were just too bulky, so the ball kept getting trapped under my feet.
Let me tell you what you mean to me. Slide on me for that meet and greet. Vibe with me under moonshine, sipping moonshine to the new sky. Sage toasted and be raised soak in the raincoat.
So this is the leaderboard at the halfway point, and as you can see, the running spikes currently well in the lead and the ski boots firmly at the bottom. But I've got a feeling this next test is going to change things up a bit.
Now we're going to see how much protection these shoes offer. So first up, we've got the golf shoes. Now I'd be very surprised if these weren't the winner.
Literally can't feel anything.
I don't think anything's beating them. These are okay. Now these are horrendous for protection. Like absolutely so thin, that really hurts just even touching that there. On a cold day, getting trod on with a pair of these, flipping it. These are basically like socks as well. Don't offer much protection at all.
Next up is the freestyle / skills test. To judge this, I'll be doing 5 skills with each boot, and each time the skill gets more difficult.
There we go. The golf shoes have passed the skills test. Mate, these are unreal for freestyle, I'm not even joking. They're actually better than most football boots for freestyle. Oh, close, but not quite there. Mate, these feel good for freestyle. Proper soft touches.
Now every football boot needs to allow you to get the most out of your first touch. Let's see how these get on. So after the touch test, these are the scores. The running spikes are still at the top, but only by 2 points, and there's 3 tests left. All of them involve shooting.
Right, curves test, let's see what we got. Golf shoes. Are you ready for a masterclass in curve? That was shocking, that. That was poor. Oh. That wasn't actually terrible. Alright, curve, cycling shoes, let's go. For curve, they're probably the best ones I've tested out so far. Oh, they're so bulky. Oh. Gee. Oh. Not the best for curve, that's for sure.
Going into the final 2 tests, there's only a few points between the running spikes, the golf shoes and the boxing shoes. Power test up next. So to measure shot power, I'll take 3 shots with each shoe and take the average score.
Basically, golf shoes got some power on them, that's for sure. What a pen though. They weren't terrible for power, but not as good as I was hoping, that's for sure. Power with these, it could go either way. They're like barefoot. Let's see. You know what, these have been pretty good for power. From probably the thinnest boot we've tried on. Very interesting. So, to be fair, for power, basketball shoes have been very, very good. Oh, that's so good.
Now we move on to the final test, shooting, and it's all to play for.
Yes.
The golf shoes started off with a solid performance. Ski boots were up next.
Oh. Oh. Oh, what a finish. Oh. Oh. Oh, that was disappointing. Whoa.
Now the cycling shoes were pretty bad because there was just no grip on the bottom. I couldn't fully commit to the shot because it felt like I was going to slip over.
Oh, mate, these are horrendous. Mate, the movement on all these is just ridiculous. Oh. They actually resemble a really nice pair of lightweight football boots. Mate, these are actually proper decent. Oh, I can't curve them. Oh!
Now the biggest problem with the basketball shoes was the size. Because they were just so big, I kept scuffing the ball every time.
Oh, God!
So these are the final scores, and as you can see, the running spikes came out the best and the ski boots by far the worst. But I've got to give an honourable mention to the golf shoes, as they were actually a very close second. But there's the answer to the question at the start of the video. If football boots didn't exist, running spikes are the next best thing.